This tutorial is an overview of how to navigate to and use the Neuro scene where your virtual cadaver is located. So on my palette, I'm going to select this little human icon that says Neuro, and with the spinning banana is going to indicate that I'm heading into the scene. To recap, how I selected that was I used the green trigger on the back of my controller. In this scene, I'm going to turn to my right. I have some shelves over here. I'm going to point at this clear box on the wall. I'm going to pull that green trigger and use the yellow joystick to bring it closer to me. In this box is where I can load the virtual cadaver. On my palette, I'm going to point at the stick figure. This is body filters. Pull that green trigger again. And now I'm going to see all of the regions of the body as well as systems. I'm going to select lower limb because that's the first unit you'll be studying. You can also select all of the regions of the body. However, this will slow down your computer, so we recommend sticking to just one region. Just to recap, with this body box, again, I can pull that green trigger to move it around wherever is the best place for you to study. I can use those red grips to push both of those down and make the virtual cadaver bigger. On the palette, I can also select and turn off different systems. For example, I can turn off muscles, nerves, and additional structures. So we're just left with bones and vasculature. I can point at any of these structures and their name will pop up, as well as I can move them to the side and dissect them away. And if you get these structures close back to their original position, they will snap into place. I'm going to add back the rest of those systems. We have some other neat tools on the wall over here. I'm going to bring over your lab guide. Once again, using that yellow joystick. We can make that bigger as well. As you can see, these are structure lists from your virtual edge. So these are all the structures that you're responsible for knowing. As you can see, we're on exercise 1 and page 1. We have the exercise listed first and then the pages second. To skip between pages, you can use this outside arrow. As you can see, now we're still in exercise 1, but we're on page 4. And to skip between exercises, you use these inside arrows. So as you can see, now we're on exercise 4. Just a tool for your studying. Another tool we have is the info panel, which I'm going to bring over here. This has additional information about muscles. We're planning to add more information to the info panel. Right now, it just consists of additional information about muscles. So to start off with, I'm going to grab this left rectus femoris muscle, and you can see that the info panel populated with origin, insertion, action, innervation, and blood supply. All of this information you're responsible for knowing for class. And as you can see, I'm going to pick another muscle, and you'll see that it'll populate with all of the information for that other muscle that was selected. Move that to the side. Another tool we have is going to be the cross-section tool. So I'll bring that over here. We can resize this. We can place this cross-section anywhere on the body. We'll place it right through the thighs. And then we're going to hit the X on our info panel using that green trigger again. And then we're going to point at this cross-section icon and select it. Then we can pull the cross-section out, make it as big as we'd like, and now we can study the cross-section that we took through the model data. If I point at any of the structures in here, their name will pop up, and if I pull the green trigger, they can pop right out of that cross-section. So now you can study how those structures are running above and below the plane. To pop structures back in, simply point at them and select them with that green trigger, and they'll pop right back into the cross-section. And then when you want to clear the cross-section, place it out of the body and press that cross-section button again, and it'll be wiped clean. Another study tool you have is going to be to toggle on and off labels. As you see, when I point at these structures, they're all labeled. If you want to try and quiz yourself, you can toggle the labels off, and now I can point at this sartorius muscle, but I don't see the name of it. A great tool for studying your structures. Now I'm going to take us back to the mountain scene by pointing at the mountain icon and selecting it with the green trigger, and that was an overview of the Neuro scene.